Hey everyone, welcome to Beyond the Gates. I'm Alessio, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you love Beyond the Gates, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's dive right in. Leslie Thomas, her sharp bob haircut framing a face etched with calculated determination, strode into the opulent lobby of the Crestview Casino, her heels clicking like the ticking of a bomb. She had spent the weekend plotting, her mind a whirlwind of old grudges and fresh opportunities, ever since that explosive concert where she'd crashed Nicole's spotlight just to remind everyone she wasn't fading into irrelevance. Now, with the Halloween festivities looming, Leslie saw her chance to claw back power from the Dupree clan that had long overshadowed her. Spotting Hayley Kensington across the room, nursing a coffee at a marble-topped bar, Leslie approached with the grace of a panther, her smile as sweet as poisoned honey. "Hayley, darling," Leslie purred, sliding onto the stool beside her, the scent of her Chanel perfume cutting through the stale cigar smoke. "You look like you could use an ally in this viper's nest. I've been watching you, fending off Bill's advances, dodging Dani's judgments. Why fight alone when we could collaborate?" Hayley glanced up, her eyes narrowing behind her designer glasses, the weight of her own secrets, that deadly plan she'd whispered about to no one but her reflection, making her pause. She'd heard the rumors about Leslie's ruthlessness, the way she'd torched bridges with her own daughter Nicole just to spite Ted. But power was power, and Hayley was tired of being the outsider. "Collaborate? You mean scheme, Leslie. What's the angle? You don't do favors without strings." Leslie leaned in, her voice dropping to a conspiratorial hush. "Strings? Oh, honey, think of it as a lifeline. I know things about the Duprees that could bury them. Vanessa's little casino flings, Dani's hidden debts. Help me topple them, and we'll both rise. Imagine it. You, untouchable, with Bill groveling at your feet instead of lurking in your shadows." Hayley's fingers tightened around her cup, doubt flickering like a faulty bulb. She wanted to laugh it off, to tell Leslie to take her toxic offer and shove it, but the allure was there, seductive as forbidden fruit. "I'll think about it," she murmured finally, watching Leslie's triumphant smirk as she sauntered away, already dialing her next pawn. Across town, in the sun-dappled kitchen of the McBride estate, Vanessa McBride paced like a caged tiger, her silk robe fluttering around her legs as she gripped her phone, the screen still glowing from Joey's latest cryptic text. The warnings had been piling up, first Nicole, then Dani, each one painting Joey as the devil in a tailored suit, his casino empire built on broken lives and buried bodies. But Vanessa, with her fiery red hair tousled from a sleepless night, felt only the thrill of rebellion, the chaotic pull toward the man who promised to shatter her predictable world. Priorities, she scoffed to herself, replaying Dani's lecture from the night before. Her daughter had burst in, eyes blazing, demanding she end this madness before it consumed them all. "Mom, he's poison. Can't you see? The casino, the threats, it's all a trap." Dani had pleaded, her voice cracking with the fear of losing the mother she'd fought so hard to understand. Vanessa had waved her off then, but now, alone, the words gnawed at her. Yet, as the clock struck noon, she found herself driving to the casino, the engine's roar matching the storm in her chest. Joey was waiting in his penthouse office, leaning against the floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the glittering DMV skyline, a glass of scotch in hand despite the early hour. "Vanessa," he drawled, his voice smooth as aged bourbon. "I knew you'd come. Warnings from the girls got under your skin." She crossed the room in 3 strides, her hand pressing against his chest, feeling the steady thump of his heart. "Not warnings, challenges. You think you can handle a woman like me, Joey? Prove it. Tonight, no games, no alliances. Just us, breaking every rule." His laugh was low, dangerous, as he pulled her closer. "Ruthless as ever. But careful, love, play with fire, and you'll burn the whole damn gates down." By Tuesday, October 28th, the air in Fairmont Crest thickened with unspoken tensions, the Halloween decorations, pumpkins leering from porches, cobwebs draping wrought iron fences, mirroring the web Leslie was weaving. She'd corner Nicole at the local spa, where steam rose like ghosts from the eucalyptus-scented rooms, forcing a confrontation that left her daughter seething. "You crashed my concert, Mom, for what? A cheap thrill? Ted's done with you, we're done." Nicole had spat, her towel slipping as she stood, water dripping from her curls. Leslie had merely arched an eyebrow, her response laced with venom. "Done? Oh, sweetheart, I'm just getting started. Apologize to your precious Anita all you want, but remember who birthed that fire in you. Without me, you'd be nothing but Ted's forgotten footnote." The words hung between them, a chasm widening, but Leslie didn't flinch. She thrived on the fracture, using it to fuel her march toward Hayley. Later that afternoon, in a secluded booth at the Whispering Pines Bistro, Leslie laid out her power play, maps of the Dupree holdings spread before them like battle plans. "See here? Vanessa's dipping into Joey's pot. If we leak it to Martin, the family implodes. You get Bill, I get leverage on the casino board." Hayley shifted, her fork tracing patterns in her untouched salad, the offer unsettling her like a chill draft. "And if it backfires? You drag me down with you?" Leslie's eyes gleamed. "Darling, backfires are for amateurs. Trust me, I've burned brighter than this town before." Meanwhile, Vanessa's chaos erupted in full force at the Dupree family brunch, where the scent of cinnamon rolls clashed with the undercurrent of fury. Dani arrived first, her face a mask of exhaustion from consoling Danielle, only to find Vanessa already there, laughing too loudly at Martin's jokes while Smitty eyed her warily from across the oak table. "Mom, we need to talk, now," Dani hissed, pulling her aside into the sunroom, where potted ferns rustled like eavesdroppers. "Joey's not just a fling, he's dangerous. I saw the texts, the meetings. What about us? What about the family?" Vanessa whirled, her cheeks flushed with defiance. "Family? You mean the one that judges every breath I take?" "Joey sees me, Dani, the real me, wild and unapologetic. You want me caged like Grandma Barbara, rotting in regrets?" "No. My priorities are mine." The words sliced deep, and Dani recoiled, tears welling as she watched her mother storm out, leaving behind a shattered teacup and the echo of her heels. By evening, Vanessa was back at the casino, challenging Joey in a private poker game, her bets escalating from chips to secrets. "Raise you my loyalty," she declared, tossing her cards down, a royal flush staring back at him. Joey's grin faltered for a split second, sensing the unraveling in her eyes. "Loyalty's a double-edged blade, Vanessa. One wrong cut, and you're the one bleeding." Wednesday, October 29th brought storm clouds rolling over the crest, mirroring the tempest in Vanessa's soul as she confronted the unholy alliance she'd entangled herself in. Joey had summoned Elon to his office at dawn, the young upstart fidgeting under the weight of his boss's glare, the room heavy with the scent of leather and impending doom. "Remember who holds the cards, boy," Joey growled, slamming a dossier on the desk, photos of Elon's shady deals spilling out like confetti from hell. "You think you can whisper to Vanessa behind my back? Cross me, and I'll bury you deeper than your daddy's regrets." Elon nodded, sweat beading on his brow, but outside, Vanessa lurked, eavesdropping through the cracked door, her heart pounding with a mix of horror and exhilaration. Rushing to Dani's boutique later, she burst in, racks of sequined gowns swaying like drunken revelers. "It's worse than we thought, Dani. Joey's got Elon by the throat and now me. But I can't walk away. It's like fire in my veins." Dani dropped her pricing gun, rushing to embrace her. "Then let me pull you out. For once, choose us over the chaos." But Vanessa pulled back, her laugh brittle. "Choose? Life's not a fairy tale, baby. This is my downfall or my phoenix. Either way, it's mine." Leslie, undeterred, pressed her advantage with Hayley at a midday tea at the Gates Country Club, where crystal clinked and whispers flowed freer than the Earl Grey. "Doubt's a luxury we can't afford," Leslie cooed, sliding a forged document across the linen cloth, proof of Vanessa's embezzlement, ripe for exposure. "One signature and we own the narrative." Ruthless? Perhaps, but necessary. Hayley stared, her hand trembling as she signed, the ink sealing a pact born of desperation. If this destroys me, it won't, Leslie assured, her voice steel wrapped in silk. It'll remake us. Thursday, October 30th, the eve of All Hallows' Eve, saw Fairmont Crest pulsing with pre-festive energy, jack-o'-lanterns flickering on stoops as Derek made his impulsive move, inspired by a charged run-in with Andre at the gym. Sweat still glistening on his brow, he cornered Isaiah in the park, the fallen leaves crunching underfoot. I've been blind, man. Andre opened my eyes. No more half measures. Marry me, for real this time. Isaiah pondered, his dark eyes searching Derek's, the life-changing weight settling like fog. You sure? This town's not kind to us. But the kiss that followed was answer enough, tender amid the gathering dusk. Back at the casino, Vanessa's priorities crystallized in an explosive clash with Donnell, her son storming the floor where she lounged at the slots, coins clinking like accusations. Mom, Joey's poison. You're throwing away everything for a gambler's high. Donnell yelled, his voice cutting through the din. Vanessa rose, chin high. Everything? You mean your approval? I've clawed for this family, Donnell, and now I claim my chaos. Back off. He stormed out, leaving her alone with the flashing lights, her downfall accelerating like a runaway car. Finally, Friday, October 31st, Halloween night enveloped the DMV in a riot of costumes and candy, Anita's grand bash at the community hall transforming the mundane into magic, or mayhem. Ghouls and goblins mingled under twinkling lights, but beneath the masks, old wounds festered. Leslie arrived as a wicked queen, her gown dripping with faux blood, cornering Ted amid the punch bowl. Forward? Us, after all this. Ted scoffed, but her hand on his arm lingered, a spark igniting. Why not? Ghosts deserve second chances. Nearby, Vanessa, disguised as a fallen angel, wings tattered, challenged Joey one last time on the dance floor, bodies pressing in the throng. End it or I will, chaotically. His whisper was a threat wrapped in promise. Too late, love. You're mine now. Anita, ever the healer, pulled Barbara aside in a quiet alcove, the air thick with the scent of mulled cider. Twist of fate, old friend, Leslie's scheming. But forgiveness? That's the real power play. Barbara nodded, tears smudging her witch makeup, as the music swelled, mending fractures in the shadows. Yet, as confetti rained and laughter echoed, Leslie's ruthless gears turned unseen, and Vanessa's spiral tightened, the gates of Fairmont Crest swinging wider into the unknown, where power and downfall danced eternally cheek to cheek.